Want to introduce your family in Chinese? In today's lesson, you will learn how to say how many people are in your family, how to introduce your family members, how to talk about jobs and workplaces in Chinese. By the end of this video, you'll be able to have a simple conversation in Chinese about your family, just like real native speakers. Hello everyone, welcome back to Falling for Chinese. I am Wang. Learn Chinese step by step. Subscribe now so you won't miss a lesson. Now let's begin.
你家有几口人？
我家有4口人，我有爸爸、妈妈和一个哥哥。
你爸爸在哪儿工作？
他在医院工作，他是医生。你爸爸呢？
我爸爸在学校工作，他是汉语老师。
In China, family is super important. When you introduce yourself, people often ask you about your family. It's a way of showing warmth and connection, not just curiosity. Now let's break it down together. Read it with me. 你家有几口人? Again, 你家有几口人? It means how many people are there in your family. 你 means you, the same 你 as in 你好. 家 means family or home. You may wonder, shouldn't we add the possessive case to mean your? In Chinese, people often drop the in a sentence when it's not important. So instead of saying 你的家, we just say 你家. Both are correct, but without the, it sounds more natural when talking about family. 有 means to have. It's a verb. 口 means mouth. It's also the major word for family members. In the past, each family member was seen as another mouth to feed. That's why we count family members with 口. And 人, it means person, people. So the sentence 你家有几口人 it literally means your family has how many people? And how should we respond? Remember one important tip. Where the question word in Chinese is where it should be replaced by your answer. So here, 几 is the question word. We have to replace 几 with the number you want to answer in a sentence. You can answer 我家有4口人. Read it with me. 我家有4口人. If you don't know Chinese numbers yet, click the I in the top right corner to learn them. If you want to further talk about who is in your family, then you can say 我有爸爸、妈妈和一个哥哥. 我 means I or me. 有 is the same as in the previous question. Have. 爸爸 is dad. 妈妈 is mom. 哥哥 is older brother. 和 it means and. 和 is only used to connect short noun phrases or short verb phrases in Chinese. 个 is a major word. It's a major word for general things or people. Unfortunately, in Chinese, there are many major words. However, when can you use a major word is when there's a number in front of a noun. Then you have to put a major word between the number and the noun. Please note that Chinese makes a clear distinction between older and younger siblings. So if you have an older brother, you should say 哥哥. For younger brother, you should say 弟弟. For an older sister, you should say 姐姐. For a younger sister, you should say 妹妹. In the conversation, we also talk about a family member's occupation. How to ask. For example, if you are curious about your friend's dad's job, you can ask 你爸爸在哪儿工作? Say it with me. 你爸爸在哪儿工作? Again, 你爸爸在哪儿工作? In this sentence, it means where does your dad work? 你 we just mentioned, it means you. However, we just skip the. 爸爸 means dad, as mentioned just now. And 在, it means at or in, is followed by place. It's a preposition. And then 哪儿, it means where. And 工作, it means to work or job as a noun. So if you want to ask your friend where the person's mom is working, so how are you going to ask in Chinese? Think about it. You have 5 seconds. You should ask, 你妈妈在哪儿工作? Did you get it right? Do you notice the difference between Chinese and English here? In English, we start with where in the beginning of a question. However, in Chinese, we don't do that. Remember the tip mentioned just now? Which is the question word here? Do you notice that? It's 哪儿. So we get rid of 哪儿 and replace it with the location. Of course, you also have to change the subject. That is, to change 你爸爸 to 他. So we can answer 他在医院工作, which means he's working in a hospital. 他在医院工作. Of course, if you want to talk about his occupation, you can say 他是医生. He is a doctor. 是, it means to be. So this is actually very straightforward from English. He is a doctor. 他是医生. If you want to ask the same question, how are you going to ask? You could just add 呢 after a subject. For example, if you want to ask, how about your dad? Your dad is 你爸爸. And then you put 呢 after 你爸爸 to form the question. So you can ask 你爸爸呢? Say it with me. 你爸爸呢? Again, 你爸爸呢? It means, how about your dad? In the answer, the person answers with 他在学校工作. So the location now is changed to 学校. 学校 means school. So the answer is 他在学校工作. He's working at school. However, did you notice that in Chinese, we put the location in front of the verb. So be careful with that. And then he also talked about the occupation. 他是汉语老师. 汉语 means Chinese. 老师 means teacher. So 汉语老师, Chinese teacher. Awesome job, everyone. Now you know how to introduce your family in Chinese and ask about someone else. If you find this video helpful, please like it so more people can see it. Don't forget to subscribe and tell me in the comments. 你家有几口人? See you next time. 再见!